Is it possible to even put into words what that victory meant for you? The fact that you won via unanimous decision, as your friend Colt Cabana put it, against your former employer in the defamation lawsuit. What does that mean? The fact that you're finally vindicated after all these years, 4 years.
Man, yeah, I don't know if I have the words. I don't know if it would properly convey. I also don't know if I fully flushed out exactly how I feel. I do know it was probably the first time, maybe not the first time, but definitely, one of 3 times or something like that where I actually lost control of my emotions. I always try to stay pretty even keel and locked in the moment, but when you're waiting for a judge to utter words that literally decide the course of the rest of your life, and I didn't contemplate, well, what happens if I lose? Because losing wasn't an option, not because of any other reason except because I told the truth. But the legal system can be confusing, and having to have sat there for days and days and days and, listen to the way they try to bend things to fit certain laws that are all just confusing and stuff that, I'm out of my element, and I'm just like sitting there just like scared out of my mind, and my wife is there, and I'm standing up and I'm looking at everybody, and all of a sudden, like, everything's just like, it's happening, it's funny, we were eating lunch, and we were just eating lunch. I didn't know if it was gonna get figured out that day, or if they're gonna order dinner and stay late, or if they're gonna go home, come back the next day. I had no guarantees, so we were just down the street, like, eating lunch, and I wasn't eating. Everybody else was eating, and I was just, like, sitting there. So I got up to go get a coffee, and then I got a text from April. And it said, "Verdict's in," and I was just like, whoa, okay. And the only thing I can compare it to was sitting in a locker room, and somebody comes and gets me, and they're like, "It's time to walk," and I'm walking down the street, and my entire team of lawyers is just these badass women. So I go, my wife's there, and there's 3 lawyers, and I go, "Ladies," I go, "and I know you didn't ask," I go, "but this is what walking to the cage to fight another human being feels like. This is it. This is exactly it. You're walking. Did I do everything? Did these people do everything in their power to make sure that I'm fully prepared for what's about to happen?" And then, getting in there, and it's just like, part of you's like, "Come on, let's go," and part of you's like, "Oh, hold on," and then you're doing this, and And they read Scott's verdict first, and they found him unanimously in his favor. And I was just like, that was my main goal. I walk through life and I try to shield the ones I love, and he was. I felt the whole thing was frivolous, but like, me, I was like, well, leave this guy alone. What do whatever. But, and then they read the verdict, and I lost it. And April came out of nowhere, and and hugged it, and I didn't know what to do. I knew it was good news, but I didn't know. Okay, so what happens next? I didn't know what to do. I was just, man, I'm sick of being scared about it. I'm sick of worried about it. I'm sick of crying about it. And it was just, there's nothing I could do to stop it. Just pure emotion. Boom. And then to hear her cry, and she's sobbing about it, and she's just like, "I'm so happy for you." And I'm like, "I'm happy for us." I really feel like I can finally get on and move on and continue with the rest of my life, something that I've been trying to do since 2013.
And so it's over. Nothing. You don't have to pay anything.
I don't have to pay anything. It would be fantastic. I spent a lot of money defending myself.
Do they cover that?
They're not. I would have to file my own lawsuit.
Okay. Are you going to?
Man, it's not. I don't think it's my style. I don't know what I'm going to do. This whole experience has taught me a lot. It's especially taught me that I'm on the fence. It's like money is just paper, but that was my life's work, and I do think it was intentionally done just to bleed me of money. That's neither here nor there. It's over. So there's a big part of me that's just like, it's over. Just leave me alone. Like, I don't want anything to do with you. That's how negative that situation is. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm probably just, I just want to be over here and be happy.
Sure.
So I'm probably just going to stay over here and be happy.
Why did it have to be this week and not a month ago or next month or 2 months?
It was supposed to start earlier than it did, and all I was told was they were filing motions and stuff got delayed. And
Do you think they tried to make it this week to mess with your fight?
It's an easy thing to speculate and say yes to. And I don't know if you know them and if you've worked there, it makes a lot of sense. But I don't know.
What would have happened if you lost and then had to fight? Like mentally, emotionally, were you worried about how it would affect your fight?
I don't know if those thoughts ever crept into my head, because like I said, I felt shielded by the fact that I had lived through this awful experience, and I told my story, and then somebody decided to sue me for defamation based on real life events that really occurred, a dangerous situation in my case, health-wise. So there was that part of me that's just like, all I gotta do is get on the stand and tell the truth. When April was nervous, that's what I told her. When Scott was nervous, because we're human beings. We're not trying to go up there and lie, but you put on the stand and you're just like, this, and then there's Scott, who's never been in trouble in his life, and like, he's total fish out of water, and I really just felt shielded by the truth, the honesty, because what could go wrong? How could you dispute these facts?
If this was any other week, you'd probably be relaxing now, decompressing. Oh God, what a load off, right? But now you have to get ready for a fight.
I'd be north of 200 pounds right now.
Yeah, eating pizza, right? What's going on up here now? Are you able to move past this and focus on what's going on? Do you feel like you need a couple more days? How are you digesting all of this? You're good?
Let's fight tonight. I'm ready.
Do you feel, maybe this has added motivation, fuel to the fire?
It's helped me be hyper-focused.
Okay.
Because a lot of this was in my lawyer's hands. There's a lot of trust involved. I trust that you're doing your due diligence, and I seen it. I seen these ladies, texting me at 3 a.m. They're still at the office. I saw them every day for almost 2 weeks. At 8 a.m, walk to the courthouse, get done at 5, walk back and work with them for another 3-4 hours, and then I go home and train. I was really good at compartmentalizing everything. I'd wake up early enough where I could do sprints. I would get that done. I'd shower up. I'd put my suit on, and I'd be off for the day. And it definitely helped with food and water intake, because it definitely didn't help. I wasn't able to water load for this fight, so things are a little bit different with the weight cut. But I'm on point. I'm ready to go, and it's just. I would get home and I would be so dog tired, but in my mind I was like, you can't. No matter what happens on Saturday, you can't look back and be like, oh, if only I would have done that 90-minute, 2-hour bag workout after that one day in court. And it was just like I was so exhausted. That put me in a great place where I could just focus, because I think life, and especially fighting, is about being comfortable in uncomfortable situations. So at the end of the day, when I'm just shot and I'm fried and I miss my wife and I really just want to play with my dog, like, I'm in my basement, getting after it.
How much do you have left to cut?
I don't know. I wanted to weigh myself on the way out the door before I came here, but it's not a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like last time. I stay right around, and then it all just kind of creepily falls off. I float a lot of weight at night, so I could probably be eating and drinking a little bit more, but I just want to stay in range.
That night in Cleveland, I believe it was September 10th, almost 2 years ago, when you met with the media and you were very emotional and you were very honest about the experience, in the back of your mind, did you think that was it?
No.
you believed you'd get another chance.
I knew I'd fight again. I don't know if I thought it would be in the UFC, and I had a conversation with Dana the next day.
Really?
Yeah, and I think maybe I tell the story, and I've told it like once today already, and I think it can maybe sound like I was almost threatening, like, you know, I'm going to go to Bellator. I didn't say anything like that. I just told him, I said, hey, business is business. Me and you were friends first. I know you are technically my boss now, but I get it. Like, if you're going to cut me, don't worry about it. Don't let whatever friendship we have affect that decision. I said, just between you and me, I'm fighting.